With this project, I have decided to interview 3 of my family members while asking this question. So, Papa, what does being an American mean to you?
Being American is enjoying freedoms that we have in this nation that are rare in various parts of the world. Just take a look at our Constitution. Pay close attention to what it says and how we're governed and the freedom that we have, liberty, and protections under the law in the Constitution, that basic law that is the foundation of our nation.
So, Mima, what does being an American mean to you?
Well, being that this is the only country I really have lived in, growing up here, being born here, first of all, I'm very proud of my ancestors who moved to this country and suffered, homesteaded, and worked hard for their living. I'm proud. I'm proud of all of the people who fought in the various wars from the Revolution on up, so that I could have freedom. And I do have freedom. That's very special to me, to be able to do anything that I could want to do. I'm proud of my parents and my family, and my dad was a teacher, and he had to quit teaching because he didn't make enough money to raise a family at that time. Teachers weren't in unions or anything, but my parents didn't have money, but they worked hard. We didn't have dishwashers or clothes dryers or those kind of things that people have today. You did everything. You worked hard, raised the garden, but I had lots of love, and we were proud of each other, and we helped each other. And I'm sure you could do that in other countries, but I'm just proud of being an American. I'm just proud of everybody.
Aunt Lisa, what does being an American mean to you?
Well, being American means a lot of different things. I think, like most people, they think of liberty and freedom and equality. And I would agree. I think freedom, we have a lot of choices here. We can choose, for the most part, people choose their mates, for example, their spouses and their partners, whereas in other countries, like India, for example, they have arranged marriages. And we have a lot of freedom in terms of our professions and what we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives. And we can change our minds along the way. So just because we choose one profession doesn't mean we have to stick with that. We can change along throughout our lives as well. So there's a lot of choices. For example, 24/7 stores and a lot of opportunities, which creates jobs, but with that comes a downside. There's always an up and a downside to everything. And for example, when I lived in Germany, I think they had a little bit better quality of life in some cases. They don't have all the homeless people like I live in Portland area now, and there's a huge homeless population there, and a lot of mental illness and people not getting treated and not being fed. And so there's definitely something wrong with our system here. And there, everybody was taken care of. Everybody had health care. Everybody had a home. Everybody was fed, regardless of whether they had health issues or not. And then in terms of the convenience that I was talking about earlier, for example, 24/7 stores that we have here, the upside is the convenience. The downside is, somebody has to be working those hours. And in some cases that leads to the degradation of the family system. In Germany, they had, at least at the time that I lived there, they had the stores maybe Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and on Saturday, 9 to 12 or 2 o'clock. And so people knew they needed to get their shopping done by 2 o'clock on Saturday. Things closed a bit earlier. And then on Sundays, the stores were closed, and families spent that time together. And everybody was out walking or biking or visiting restaurants. Restaurants were open on Sundays. And they had a day where they spent together, and that seemed like a good quality of life.
My family on my dad's side and I are responding to the video on American Creed by mentioning what being an American means to all of us. Dr. Rice once said, "You can be and do whatever you want as long as you don't ever leave anyone behind." And this kind of connects to what my grandpa said when he was making choices, when he mentioned making choices and helping the community within the nation. This also helps create America's freedom and the Constitution that we have today. The freedom that is given to us in America, where we are, can help us do whatever we want as long as we help each other together and bring us together as a society to try and improve the future. Another statement that Dr. Rice once made in the film was, "There's always going to be an edge, and you're always going to encounter people unlike yourself." And I kind of wanted to tie this into what my grandma was talking about when I had asked her the question. She mentioned love and support and pride that her family shared. And the edge would be her father having to quit his teaching job because it didn't pay him enough to raise the family. And the encountering people unlike yourself would be us today, looking back on them, because we have dryers and washers to help us wash our clothes, but they always had to hand wash and hand dry everything. The last one that I kind of want to talk about is my aunt and what Jonna said. Destiny isn't always handed to you. My aunt mainly focused on liberty, freedom, and equality, along with all the choices that are available for professions we have today. You have the right and freedom to choose your destiny, or also like your profession that you're going to be following for the rest of your life until you retire, which also goes with what he said, because destiny also means or is a hidden power that determines your future to help society grow in the future.